Good morning. This is Keloland on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
One woman was hurt after a drive-by shooting in southwest Minnesota over the weekend. The Rock County Sheriff's Office says it happened in Hills around 11:30 Saturday night. Authorities say 3 men entered a home and the owner asked them to leave.
As the men were getting into a Dodge Dart, around 6 shots were fired at the home. Witnesses say a 4th person was in the car. The 18-year-old suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The case is under investigation. If you have any information, please call the Rock County Sheriff's Office. 1 man is dead following a crash west of Harrisburg. The South Dakota Department of Public Safety says it happened just after 6:30 Friday evening. A pickup was southbound when the driver lost control before a curve.
It went into the ditch and rolled. The 62-year-old driver was pronounced dead at the scene. South Dakota's Highway Patrol is investigating the crash. Several first responders made their way to Fedora, South Dakota over the weekend for agriculture rescue training. It included multiple accident scenarios such as a tractor rollover and victims pinned in a corn head, auger, or grain bin.
Leroy Ainsley has been a volunteer firefighter with the Fedora Fire Department for 11 years and is also a certified trainer.
I'm going to feel more confident knowing what to do. There's a lot that goes into it. I don't know anybody that could know the whole thing. This is a way of doing it, not the way of doing it.
The training was Saturday and Sunday. They had a classroom portion in the morning, and then they went out for a more hands-on training at a farm north of Fedora.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munn. Some cold air and even some snow out west this morning, Scott.
Oh, a little bit of light snow into western South Dakota, and some of that may spill into north central South Dakota late morning into the early afternoon. I'm talking in and around Mobridge, may have a couple of flakes of snow where we can get some accumulation, very minor accumulation at best. But temperatures today much colder than what we had over the weekend. Highs in the 40s and 50s. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. A funeral will be held for a former South Dakota governor today. Harvey Woolman was the last Democrat to hold the office. He died last Tuesday at the age of 87.
The funeral will take place this morning at First Presbyterian Church in Huron. The service will be live streamed on Keloland.com starting at 11 a.m. Today is the deadline to register to vote in the November election in South Dakota.
You can register to vote at your county auditor's office as well as a driver's license station, your local city finance office, public assistance agencies, and military recruitment offices. You have to be a South Dakota resident in order to register and be at least 18 years old by the time of Election Day, which is November 8th.
Keloland News is your local election headquarters. You can find election resources on Keloland.com, including who will be on your ballot and where your polling location is.
The past 2 years have been pretty mild when it comes to the flu.
Because of that, fewer of us have been exposed to the latest strains. Now we may be more vulnerable to this year's flu virus. The latest report from the South Dakota Department of Health confirms there have been at least 22 cases in the state, but early hotspots are elsewhere.
Southern United States, Southeast United States. And again, that's kind of typical. We'll see it in the coast, maybe where that coast or the South where that population frankly travels a little bit more probably than we do. But we'll have our travel season here around the holidays where people will be coming in and out, kids coming home from college, things like that. So we'll kind of get it mixed around with us as well.
Flu season usually peaks in winter. However, the best time to prevent infection is before the virus appears. There's a new facility at the University of South Dakota which is improving the healthcare field of study.
The health sciences majors at USC are now all being housed under one roof thanks to the Center for Health Education. This building has modern equipment and labs preparing these students for real-life situations in the healthcare field.
It's been incredibly positive. I mean, every program that was moved into theirs, it has now a contemporary, state-of-the-art learning environment, and the students are just absolutely delighted.
The old buildings where classes used to be held are currently being torn down. And that's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather today, winter weather advisories posted in blue here for far western South Dakota into Wyoming. This does include much of the central and northern Black Hills, and then up toward the Belle Fourche area and Buffalo. Bottom line is sloppy 2 to 4 inches for many of these locations. You get into the highest peaks of the Black Hills, you may run a little bit more than that. Rapid City, less, probably well under ½ an inch. Just enough to say it could snow a little bit at times today in your forecast. Now, let's look at the rest of the maps. Instead of having highs in the 80s today, which we had yesterday across much of our eastern counties, oh, what a difference a day makes. Today, all the wind out of the northwest. We're stuck in the 40s all morning in Sioux Falls. We'll try to get back to the low 50s. Notice that snow trying to march east. Maybe it blends with a little rain around Phillip and Pierre and perhaps Mobridge here by early afternoon. And if it is snowing at that time, it's not going to be very warm. It'll be stuck in the 30s on those hourly temperatures. And, of course, winds today every bit of 30 to 40 at times in central South Dakota. Tonight, those pockets of precipitation will dwindle. We'll see some clearing. Tomorrow, we'll get back to more sunshine and highs likely between 55 and 60 and a little less wind. So overall, pretty nice autumn weather for tomorrow. Here's a look at your KENOLAND live Doppler HD forecast. 51 our high temperature in Brookings, 51 in Huron, 44 Rapid with that wind 30 to 50 miles per hour. For tonight, lows drop back to the 30s, and looks like for the most part, Sioux Falls area about 32. Tomorrow, 59 Sioux Falls, 61 degrees Mitchell. Notice our winds, they're still out there, but they're a little bit down from what we're seeing today. And that 7-day forecast, our next chance of rain comes in late Wednesday night and early Thursday. Looks like warming temperatures. We're back to the 60s this weekend. So I think overall, pretty pleasant week ahead. It's just more of the same with not a lot of moisture here. We could see some showers on Thursday. We'll keep tabs on that. For Aberdeen, 56 your high then, 60s then thereafter. And looks like for Pierre and central South Dakota, bounce back to 57 tomorrow, 59 on Wednesday, and then 60s again for the weekend. And that's also our going trend now for Rapid City. Highs will be back to 61 by your Saturday forecast. Check out the complete details online at KENOLAND.com.